You got IT. You probably gonna have Dwayne Wade. You got LeBron James. You got Kevin Love, and you got Tristan Thompson. I'm pretty sure that's what the starting five is going to be. Now, until Isaiah Thomas is able to come back, that's going to be an interesting lineup because you are not going to have IT, supposedly they're saying, until January. So you're going to have to give that a little bit of time. But I do think he's going to start on default because they don't have, it's not like they have just like a plethora of different guards or shooting guards that they can just plug in and play, and it's easy for them. I think that's the problem. Jelani says, heck no, D Wade ain't starting. I don't know. I think he's starting. Would you go put J.R. Smith in there? You can put J.R. Smith in there over D Wade. I don't think they're gonna do that unless they have somebody else on their team, unless they got somebody else that I don't know of. D Wade is starting until he possibly gets hurt or until something goes wrong. That is my thought. Until something happens, I'm pretty sure D Wade's going to be starting. I think they wanted to do this last year. They just weren't able to get probably the logistics and everything all worked out. But they got it done, and we're pretty sure we're gonna have the official announcement tomorrow. But this is a done deal. There's no more confusion on this. This is a done deal. Now I have to say, on a side note, I actually appreciate these new NBA jerseys with the sponsor and then with the Nike sign on the other side. I think it's pretty dope. I think the NBA is starting to realize that we can make money off of these sponsors. They will pay crazy amounts of money just to have a simple Goodyear tire symbol on the jersey. They figured it out that this is something that they can do, and it will be beneficial to the pockets for everybody. And I've said this before, the NBA players and the Major League Baseball players got it right. NFL players do not. The amount that they put their lives on the line, and they don't have guaranteed contracts, or they only have certain amounts of it guaranteed, I think there's definitely going to be a lockout. I think it's going to be 2021. There is definitely going to be a lockout in 2021 in the NFL. But back to the NBA, Tyronn Lue says youthful LeBron like Benjamin Button. I'm not going to say that. I don't think he's aging in reverse. LeBron is showing signs of aging. He is definitely showing signs of aging. We got our next caller up on the line. Tyon Mack, what's going on?
What's up, man? How's everything going tonight?
It's going good. Going good. We got Tuesday, Saturday on a Tuesday going down. So I appreciate you taking time for calling in. You called in at the perfect time. Called in at the perfect time. We're talking about D Wade. Do you think D Wade is starting for the Cavs starting next year? This year?
Yes, he is starting for the Cavaliers. He is taking over that starting shooting guard position, which I think is a great idea. Just because when you look at the team that's coming up this season, you want to look at somebody else. You're going to need some more scoring there. They lost a big scorer in Kyrie Irving, and Isaiah Thomas is not going to be ready at the beginning of the season. So that leaves you with Dwayne Wade, who's able to give you 18 points a game, which is better than what J.R. Smith can give you a game.
Exactly.
And what I also think is I look at the bench. Moving J.R. Smith to the bench will be useful because J.R. Smith is actually a decent defender, but he stretches the floor. you're going to allow him to get on the floor and go ahead and stretch the floor with that second unit. And, I mean, J.R. Smith is a quality starter. Let's be real. Like, he's a quality starting shooting guard in the game. He's not a top tier, but he's well enough where he can start on a lot of teams. So you were basically moving the starters to the bench and replacing him with a Hall of Fame player who still has something left in him right now and something to prove.
Yeah, I think he still has something left. Now, honestly, I don't know how much he has left, but I still think he has something. And he's going to start, I think, until he gets injured or until something happens. But the Cavs have already said the starting spot is yours. You are the starter. When you come on this team, you right now, you look at this depth chart, this can tell you why D-Wade is starting. You got J.R. Smith and Iman Shumpert. He's better. He's better than both of those guys, so he's going to start until something goes wrong. It looks like Derrick Rose is going to be starting at the point early into the season until we see what happens with Isaiah Thomas. So I think that's what we're going to see as far as the lineup. Now, I got to ask you about the Melo trade. How do you feel about the Melo trade? Do you think they can actually make it to the Western Conference Finals?
So this trade can be one of the best trades that's happening, or it can be one of the worst trades that's happening. It really depends on the coaching staff, how they plan on using these players. Carmelo Anthony, Paul George, and Russell Westbrook. Depends on how they're going to use them together. Depends on how Westbrook is going to alter or change his game, as well as the rest of the players. So I think there's a lot of factors there. Now, what I will tell you is Melo is still a top-tier small forward in the league. I don't care what the rankings say, right? Like, you can rank him as low as you want to rank him. You can rank him as low as you want to rank him, but Melo is still a top-tier small forward in the league. So with that being said, when you put him on this team, he's not even going to be playing small forward. He's probably going to be playing the power forward position. He'll get matched up against a lot of power forwards in the league, and if that's the case, Melo should dominate on the offensive end. Not on the defensive end, but on the offensive end. Because, I mean, this dude is a monster. Like, I don't care how you want to cut it, how bad how much you dislike Melo. The dude can flat out score. And if you look at that OKC team last year, they had no scoring. Outside of Westbrook, that was it. Westbrook was a one-man wrecking crew, and we appreciated it, but as we all know, you're not going to win a ring like that with you just being the only player there. So I definitely like this trade if they can use him the right way. I still don't think they got enough to beat the Warriors, but I think that they can be the number 2 seed in the Western Conference.
I agree completely. I think they have the capability to make it to the Western Conference Finals, but I don't see them getting past the Warriors. I don't think they have the defense, flat out. I don't think they're going to be able to match up against them defensively. You're going to have plenty of games where Melo is going to get burnt. You're going to have plenty of games where Steven Adams, who's decent, but can he truly guard somebody on the perimeter? You're going to have a situation where he's matched up against KD, and that's buckets all day, so there's nothing he can do about that. So it's going to be a matchup problem. It's always a matchup problem when you match up against these Golden State Warriors. Before I let you go, I want to get your thoughts on what happened with the NFL this weekend, with the kneeling, with the kind of clutch, the linking up in arms, and the owners and the players and everybody in the organizations. What was your thoughts on how all that kind of transpired?
Well, I mean, you can look at this from a positive and negative perspective. Now, I'll give you the negative perspective first because I like to end with positivity. So the negative perspective is that we did see almost every team in the league come together in some way to show a sense of unity and camaraderie against the things that Donald Trump stated. And, you know, if we remember, he called, football player SOBs, and it was just some really degrading language, some foul stuff that he said. So that's great. It's great that players came together, but they came together because of Trump making a comment, not because of the stance against police brutality, which is the original issue that we are trying to address. So that's the negative part. That's the negative part of the situation is they came together, but they came together really for the wrong issue. You know, they came together because they wanted to prove to Donald Trump something instead of the issue that really plagues the community, which is police brutality. Now, the positive thing is they did come together. And you are starting to see people speak out a little bit more about this issue. You're seeing owners step up and possibly talk about this issue. And with that being said, that means that awareness is going to take place. There's some type of awareness that's going to happen. People are going to start paying attention. I mean, if you look at the ratings show that just the pre-show had went up by like 30%. So people were really, watching just to hear what was going on. They were just watching just to hear what was going on, hear about different perspectives about the protest and things like that. So you're starting to see people pay attention to this, and that's good. Now, do we keep it up? And I think that's the biggest thing now is how can we take this momentum from week 3, from everybody stepping up and making a point, taking a stand. How do we take that momentum and shift it now into more awareness and then community action? What's the next step? We got to get some action going. We got to get those city hall meetings set up with police departments and police chiefs. You know, we got to get the community involved with setting up these meetings so that they can talk to the police and express their feelings and tell them about like how they need to interact with the how they need to work with the community in that aspect. Once that starts happening, then I think that's when the real change is starting.
Yeah, I agree. I think that's when we're really going to start to see the change in the community is when we have that action behind the kneeling and behind all the things that these organizations are doing. But I know, man, you got the kids in the background. Sound like you making dinner in the microwave.
Yeah, I got this little one. Oh, yeah, it's all good. I got this little one right here. He all of a sudden wanted some noodles out of nowhere. So he got daddy in here making noodles, with the old seasoning, the old top ramen packs. Man, I had no top ramen in a long, long time, but he loves it. So he didn't want no real food with rice and meat and all that stuff and carrots. He wanted some noodles. So gotta make him some noodles, man. You gotta make the kids happy.
I hear you, man. Well, take care. Have a good night. I appreciate you as always for coming on.
Oh man, thank you, man. I always appreciate being on the show. Doing it on a Tuesday, instead of Saturday, and we'll catch up again.
All right, definitely. Take care.
Okay, bye.
All right. That was my man Tyon Mack. He always comes on the show on Saturdays. I hit him up short notice. He came on today, so I appreciate that. All right, man, so we're going to take a break. When we get back, we will talk about some other things that went on from the week. Also, we may have another caller up on the line to talk some college basketball. A lot of issues from today. 4 assistant coaches being charged with federal corruption. Rick Pitino got more issues that you can even count. I don't. This guy, he no longer needs to be a coach. He's linked to way too many issues.